Hi, so my name is Dr. Chris Marczak. I'm the superintendent of the Maury County Public Schools in Maury County, Tennessee. In addition to being a superintendent, I'm also an adjunct professor at David Lipscomb University, and I teach in the Ayers program, both in the master's and in the EDS program, and I teach a class called Vision and Change. When I'm asked what makes the partnership between the Ayers Foundation, Lipscomb, and school districts so powerful is the fact that what students are learning is applicable to real life. It's not theoretical in nature. There's some theory built in, but a lot of it is real raw things that happen in schools. And I know in my class alone, and what some of the students tell me about in their other classes, there are things that they learn on Saturday that they can directly implement into their lives on Monday. I've always felt that if you're involved in a master's and a doctoral program, and what you learn on the weekend doesn't work Monday through Friday, then really what you're learning could be beneficial down the road, but it doesn't help you now. So that's one of the things that we try to bring into our classes in the Ayers program. So that's how the coursework is made meaningful. It's applicable. It's real life. It's real world. It's kids. It's involved. It's everything. What we want Ayers fellows to walk away with is not this theoretical understanding of what school leadership could be, but what school leadership is. Because if you walk away from the program and you're not able to get a position in leadership to then directly impact high levels of student learning for kids, then I really feel in the Ayers program we haven't done the job that we need to do to prepare the leaders for tomorrow. For example, let me break it down concretely. One of the projects that students have to do in my class is a professional development plan. Now, one of the things that we tend to do with professional development in schools is we look at test scores. We determine where students did or did not answer enough questions right, and as we as school leaders, we go find some PD, and then we make the teachers do it. But what's missing in all of that is asking teachers, what type of professional development do you think you need to impact high levels of learning for all students? So one of the activities that students have to do is they have to engage in creating a professional development plan that gets buy-in from teachers. So they've got to create an interactive document, they've got to create a Google form, they've got to get that data, they've got to look at it, they've got to disaggregate it, and then they have to come up with a plan for what they would do to implement PD in their schools in order to achieve high levels of learning for all kids, based concretely on what teachers are asking for. Another thing that I love about the Ayers program is the cohort model. So the students that come in are the students that graduate together. This is a model that has gained traction over the last 8 to 10 years in higher education, because what we see is an investment in a group in helping each other get through, struggle, be frustrated, succeed, celebrate, and really build camaraderie with one another. It's kind of like a classroom, if you will, in an elementary and middle school classroom. Hopefully the kids that you come in with are the kids that you leave with at the end of the year, and that's kind of the same thing with the program. Luckily, through my master's and doctoral program, I was able to be in a cohort program, and that cohort program, I think, made me a stronger individual. Now, I don't miss the work, but I do miss my cohort members. In fact, many of them, I've had my doctorate for 10 years now. Many of us still keep in contact, and we still talk about and we track each other as the type of work we're doing and the type of things that we're getting involved in. So what I think is important when I think about the selection process for the fellow programs is we're really looking for people that really have that desire to want to change the world for the betterment of kids. One of the things that I believe in my own hiring practice is you hire for attitude and you train for skill. I can't train somebody to be empathetic. I can't train them to be compassionate. I can't train somebody to be passionate about education. I can train you how to fill out a form, I can train you on how to fill out a lesson plan. I can train you on how to make a Google form. I can train you about how to do email. But those are things that are trainable. Those are things that people can learn how to do. You can't learn how to really become involved and invested in the life of a child so that they can become more involved in education themselves, so that they can turn their lives around. So that's one of the things that I like about the selection process in the Ayers is we're looking for people that have a heart for education. And we've had Ayers fellows become part of the Maury County Public School system. And one of the things that I can tell you, kind of setting off qualitatively, is that they come in ready to do the work, ready to roll up their sleeves, ready to get their feet in the dirt, and ready to do the work that it takes to really make sure that kids are learning at high levels and do what they need to do. These people that we've hired have very little problem collaborating with colleagues. They have very little problem communicating with others. They're very adept at it. And I think that's one of the benefits and the side effects of the whole Ayers program and the work that we do is they know that that's what's needed in order to become a high leveraging and a high achieving leader in a school system today when you're working with kids. So from my perspective, an area for growth within the program would be to really make sure that we are being nimble, to make sure that we are flexing and adjusting with the times, to make sure that we are incorporating coursework, we're incorporating adjunct professors, we're incorporating mindsets into the program to make sure that we're staying ahead of the times with education. As we know, as many people say, you either change or die. Paradigms are always in play. One of the things I teach in my course is the only thing that stays the same is that things will change. And so for me, a future growth in the program would be making sure that we continue to change with the times and we continue to make sure that our graduates in the Ayers program are prepared to go into classrooms and really make lasting, lifelong impacts for kids.